When I started at Marshall University and looked at our circumstances, we knew that there was not going to be instant success on the scoreboard. I did not realize, I thought I was rebuilding a football program, and I come to find out that there were 25 townspeople on the plane, doctors and their wives, and state legislators, vice presidents, leadership people within the community. So the university lost some leadership, as well as the football team, coaches, trainers, radio personnel, and then the town lost a great deal of leadership. So it was a total situation. This is a letter I received right before the spring game, and it reads, "Dear Coach Lengel, there will be a deep sense of sadness as Marshall University football begins again this season, but it will be mixed with warm pride that last year's freshmen have responded so positively to the great tragedy that struck your campus. The 1970 varsity players could have little greater tribute paid to their memory than the determination to field a team this year. Friends across the land will be rooting for you, but whatever the season brings, you have already won your greatest victory by putting the 1971 varsity squad on the field. Congratulations to you and every member of your team. Sincerely, Richard Nixon."
I think that our program, starting with spring practice, we have an opportunity to exemplify what I think is one of the greatest lessons in athletics, and that's to face adversity, get back up off the ground, and go on to continued success.
The fact that we played the game and we were back was a victory. One of the traditions we started is before our first game, I would take the team to Spring Hill Cemetery, where the obelisk is that has all of the 75 people that were on the plane, their names inscribed on it. And I would explain to them, and particularly the 1971 Young Thundering Herd, I told them, these are your teammates. These are the players that went on before you. These are the players that you're playing for and whose memory you're going to commit and do honor by rebuilding this particular program. And that while we may not have many victories on the scoreboard, our victories will come in the years to come, in other years, and we will share in those victories knowing that we had some small part in building this foundation for this football team. You have to set your goals high, and if we had to go under it, we went under it. If we had to go around it, or if we had to jump over it, we did it. It was a team thing. It was a coaches, players, it was our goals. And once you immerse yourself into that particular philosophy and get everybody to buy into that system, there's very little that you can't accomplish. Marshall has really never left me, and I've never left Marshall. We shared something very, very unique that has made us men and made us closer together, and I think it exemplifies hope, perseverance, dedication, loyalty, camaraderie, and as a byproduct, we have become part of those core values as well.
I was raised in an area where the state championship team came every year. Birmingham, Alabama, Woodlawn High School. So all my life I heard a football being kicked. I heard boys playing. I heard coaches blowing whistles. I heard bands marching up and down the field. All my life, that's what I knew. It was just automatic that I wanted to be a football coach.
You know what we got coming up now? We got Miami. They won today. They're going to come in here about 4th in the nation, or 5th. They're going to come here 4th or 5th in the nation. Well, let's pray.
People wonder what a head football coach does. Really, he's the guy that sets the program, tells them how the program is going to work, how we're going to do it, and then oversees everybody. He doesn't coach. He coaches the coaches.
We've got 85 guys out there. Some of the guys just work so hard. Some guys work kind of hard. And then some guys don't know how to work, you know? They're not used to being driven, you know? Well, yeah, we all went through that one time or the other.
There used to be an expression when I first started coming up and coaching. It was this, a coach talking to his players. Don't do like I do, do as I say do. And he'd go out and get drunk. That's not my philosophy. That's never been my philosophy. My philosophy has always been, when I coach, don't ask a boy to do something I wouldn't do. Anything I tell him to do, It's something that I hope that I would do if a coach told me. How you doing, man? Huh? Oh, y'all all dressed up.
Coach.
Shorty, how you doing?
How you doing, Coach?
How are your folks back home?
They're doing real good. Yes, sir.
I'm really a private guy. You know, if somebody says, oh, you must really enjoy going to all these meetings and shaking all those hands. You must really enjoy going to all these banquets. Well, no, I really don't. I like really be at home by myself, reading, you know, and being with my family. But I make banquet after banquet after banquet, and so far I got them fooled, you know. I've got them fooled. But I think a coach, most of us are probably more private. Most coaches don't run around together. A lot of times people say, who's your favorite coaching buddy? I ain't got a favorite coaching buddy, you know? I got to beat them dadgum guys, and they got to beat me. It's hard for us to get pretty close together. When everything else is equal on a football team and a team you're playing, it's usually which team has got the best leadership, you know? You simply are not going to win all the time. You're going to lose some, you know what? And to me, a coach's success, somebody says, what do you have to do to be a successful coach? I say, you got to get over the bad times. If you never had adversity, you ain't going to be nothing. You have got to have adversity to build your character and find out how tough you are and find out how good your judgment is. A person who's wealthy and born wealthy and never had to work and everything's handed to them, I don't know how they keep them being worthless, you know, as they grow up. You're going to have adversity, you know. There's going to be times where you'll think you do not more deserve to be a football coach than a man in the moon, but you've got to overcome it. You've got to fight your way through it. You can't listen to the outside opinion. In football, you don't get many opportunities. Now, what is sad is when an opportunity comes and you ain't ready. It's sad when an opportunity comes and you did not prepare yourself to take advantage of that opportunity. My players, I tell them, I said, now boys, now look, your daddy's back home, 250, 500 miles from here. Your mama is too. They can't help you. I'm your daddy now. And so, yeah, they're like our children. Some of them we have to punish, some of them we have to spank, some of them we don't have to worry about, and some of them don't like to go to class. We got to make them and do this and that. But, oh yes, there is a deep compassion from a coach to a player. And I'll be honest with you, if any coach doesn't have that, they're going to discover it. He's going to be looking for a job before long. You were fixing to find out what you were made of, you know? You were just fixing to find out what you were made of because you could have quit, you know? Then we come out and take an opening drive and go down there and don't get nothing. You could have quit then. And then going in the fourth quarter, you could have quit. But everybody fought and fought their guts out, and I am so proud of every one of you. I can't tell you how much. When I first started coaching back in the 50s, the approach that coaches took to football, a lot of them back then, was to kill. Kill, go out there and kill them. Kill them. You got to be mean. You got to be riffing. You got to physically whip them and all that. And that was kind of the thing back in those days. But now then, our approach, and I think more coaches, is love. Love. In other words, if my players love each other, they have brotherly love for each other, then they'll fight for each other. Now, you take brothers. You get two brothers, they'll fight like mad against each other. My four sons, I used to buy boxing gloves. Every time they get arguing, all right, y'all solve it, you know? But you try to fight one of them from outside, we got to whip all four of them. And so you got to have that on your team. That's why I think love is so important. If I don't like you, I ain't gonna block. You think I'm gonna block that guy just so you can make a doggone run? You know? But if I love him and I want him to succeed and he loves me, we're both gonna block for each other and we are gonna be a better team. You know what? Some coach is gonna go out there and be able to mold his team together as a team better than the others, and he's gonna win the national championship if he stays healthy. And so, yeah, that's, back when I started coaching, you mentioned love on the football field, and somebody might forearm you right back up here in the stands.
How you doing, Coach B? You got the camera and everything in your face. I'm looking at it.
I thought you'd
I
like
love
that.
this guy.
I thought you'd like that.
Yeah.
Don't dwell on whether you're going to win or lose, you know, because you can sit there and talk yourself right out of a doggone ball game. You prepare yourself the best you can, and then we'll take a chance on what happens here, you know. In other words, number one, I try to keep football in the correct priority. Dear Father, thank you for what a beautiful day. Thank you for bringing us up here safely. And we pray, Father, that you'll help our young men to do their best. That's all they can do is their best. I'm continually reminding my kids, hey, boys, y'all ain't gonna live forever. When you're your age, you think you're gonna be an old man before you finally die. And last week, I had to remind them, we played Rice University. The next Monday, one of their players dropped dead, you know. So I have to bring that to my boys' attention. Men, you've got to be ready to go. You don't know when time is going to come, but it is going to come. Death and taxes. Death and taxes. Football is not the priority in my life. It is a priority, and it is a big one. It's the way I make my living, you know. But it ain't life and death. I ain't cutting my wrist because of a loss. I want him to come out of Florida State better player, academically complete, and a very deep realization that there's more to life than just football and a job.
Because I'm a female and I'm intense and at times aggressive on the sideline in my style, I think people don't understand that I'm passionate about what I do. I mean, I'm involved, and they see that as being too tough. But I think it's all about being competitive and driven and trying to dial other people up and get these young women to understand they've got more to give. I mean, I love these kids to death, but there's times when you have to understand that you do have to demand a certain level of performance. And if it doesn't happen, I'm not always happy. They're not always happy. But we try and work together through the process to turn things around. I don't have to win another championship. Do I want them to win? Absolutely. Why? Because of what they've invested in women's basketball, in this program, and to each other.
All right, ladies, great start. Starters got us off to a great start. Bench came in, did a great job. Couple questions I have for you. Are you going to play to the level of your competition or to your level?
What a lot of people would probably never know about Coach Summit is how much I care and how soft, that soft side. Obviously, being a mom probably brought me even closer to the student athletes I've coached, because I understood from having my son Tyler just how fragile kids are. I think I'm a better teacher, and I'm more in tune with student athletes because I've experienced motherhood and the needs of a young child.
Ladies and gentlemen, in honor of Pat Summit's 800th victory,
it's all about what I can do to help other young women succeed. And I coach them in so many aspects of their lives. I mean, it's not just basketball. I mean, that seems like a small part of it. What I think we have to do as coaches is we have to be ready to say, this is not going to be easy. You want to win, and you want to win a national championship, then you have to understand you got to roll up your sleeves and you got to go to work. And no one else can do that for you. You must do it for yourself. And kids coming in today, it's about instant gratification. Well, it's not happening. You make it happen.
6 national championships, 39-0. Just your thoughts right now.
Annie, I am so happy for this basketball team and so appreciative of their effort and the effort of our staff. And our fans have been tremendous. It's just a great victory for the University of Tennessee. But the people I think the most about right now are the players. They were just awesome tonight. They were ready to play.
If I